Welcome students. I myself Dr. Partha Roy, Faculty of Hospital Management of Subhash Bose Institute of Hotel Management. Now we are going to discuss a very important chapter today, that is blood transfusion service. You all know the term and also know that the purpose of blood transfusion. When the life is in danger, there is a serious need of blood. There may be some acute blood loss due to some road traffic accident or any other issues. So then we need to replenish the blood or to fulfill the blood volume that has already been shedded from that person, and it is known as blood transfusion. So what is blood transfusion? It is transferring the lost blood volume from one's or the victim's body from another body or from the stored products. Now there are two types of blood transfusion present there. The first one, which is very rare nowadays, is called autologous transfusion. In autologous transfusion, the blood product from the victim's body is transfused to the victim. But this process is risky and it is gradually diminishing. The trend is gradually diminishing day by day. And the second one, which is the most popular, that is the allogenic transfusion, that is to receive blood products from another human body. Remember, I am uttering the word blood products, not blood, because we are going to discuss what is transfused during the blood transfusion. Now this is our next topic, actually what is given to the patient during blood transfusion. See, number one, the patient may get the whole blood, but this is very rare nowadays, because we will discuss that the hazard of blood transfusion after getting the whole blood is maximum. So this is the rare occurrence where the patient gets the whole blood. Number two, the red blood cell only, which we usually call cone RBC or concentrated RBC. This is very popular nowadays to transfuse the concentrated RBC. Number three, WBC only, that is the white blood cell. Number four, the plasma, it is very popular. And number five, platelets. You all know, in some diseases like dengue hemorrhagic syndrome, dengue shock syndrome, Henoch-Schönlein purpura, in this type of diseases the platelet count falls and we need to provide platelet to the patient. So these are the blood products we usually transfuse to the patient. Now it is not the case that you go to a blood donation camp, give your blood, and that blood is sent to the blood bank and transfused to someone's body. This doesn't happen. What happens that you go to a blood donation camp, the blood is collected from you and then it is checked for the presence of any specific infections like hepatitis B, hepatitis C, HIV type 1, type 2, syphilis, etc. After proper checking that the blood is free from any blood-borne infection, then the blood grouping is done, that is ABO system and resus system. So after proper grouping, say the blood is AB positive and now the blood is labeled, and then this blood is separated and processed to subcomponents which we have already discussed, that is to make cone RBC, to make platelet, to make fresh frozen plasma, like this. So this is the procedure which occurs in the blood bank. Okay, now we are going to discuss each and every blood product, that is their purpose and when we will use which type of product to which type of patient. First, whole blood. It is the unseparated blood, that is it contains the RBCs, the WBCs, the plasma, the platelets, the plasma proteins and everything with a anticoagulant solution so that the blood cannot be clotted or coagulated. I have already stated that whole blood transfusion is usually not done nowadays except in case of very acute emergency. Usually 1 unit. You have already learned the term 1 unit of blood. And what does this signify? What is 1 unit of blood? 1 unit of blood is 450 ml of donor's blood plus 50 ml of anticoagulant solution, that is preservative. And in this whole blood, that is 1 unit of whole blood, which is 450 ml blood plus 50 ml preservative, total 500 ml, the hemoglobin usually remains 15.5 to 13 gram %, and hematocrit remains 35% to 45%. So this is the whole blood. But remember, this whole blood is not sterilized, and it is capable of transmitting of different types of infection present in the blood from the donor's body to the recipient's body. So due to the absence of proper screening, this whole blood transfusion is usually avoided nowadays. Also remember, this whole blood is usually stored in the blood bank to 2 to 6 degrees centigrade, between 2 to 6 degrees centigrade in a refrigerator. Usually this type of whole blood transfusion you have to start within 30 minutes after removal of the blood unit from the refrigerator. That is, you take out the blood from the refrigerator and you have to start the transfusion process within 30 minutes. Otherwise, there will be some disturbance in the blood corpuscles. When this type of whole blood is transfused to the patient, usually it is usually given in severe hypovolemia. Hypovolemia means loss of blood volume. Hypo means loss, blood volemia means volume. In case of hypovolemic shock, in case of severe acute blood loss which happens in road traffic accident, etc., we usually transfuse whole blood. But remember, whole blood transfusion is not the choice nowadays. And there are some contraindications that you cannot transfuse the whole blood when the patient is having a history of chronic anemia. Remember, if the patient is highly anemic, you cannot transfuse the whole blood. If the patient has a history of cardiac failure, or if the patient shows the signs of incipient cardiac failure, you cannot transfuse the whole blood. Now in our next video, we will going to describe the rest of the blood products. From this video, that's all. Thank you.